When Jungkook first released his debut solo album, he poured his heart, soul, and every beat of his artistry into it. It was a defining moment, not just for him as an artist breaking away momentarily from BTS, but also for K-pop as a global force pushing into Western music markets. The album saw success upon release, but no one, not even Jungkook himself, could have predicted what would happen months later. The unexpected resurgence of Jungkook's album in the US has left both fans and the industry in shock. The charts began to light up again. One of his songs, initially considered just a strong fan favorite, suddenly went viral on TikTok, Instagram, and across Spotify playlists. This wasn't nostalgia. This was a new wave, a reawakening. And at the center of it stood Jungkook, watching in quiet disbelief. According to streaming data, his album has seen a massive spike in plays from North America, particularly the US, with fans rediscovering its emotional depth, genre-blending style, and Jungkook's uniquely tender yet powerful voice. From coast to coast, Los Angeles to New York, radio DJs are spinning his tracks again, YouTube is flooded with new reaction videos, and Billboard's trending chart shows the unmistakable name, Jungkook. Why is Jungkook trending again in the US? Music experts are calling it a sleeper revival, an album that slowly crept back into public consciousness after a quiet period. So, what exactly triggered this comeback? One possible reason, a viral fan campaign that began on social media, initiated by ARMY's BTS fans, who felt Jungkook's solo work didn't get the full attention it deserved at the time. A carefully organized week-long streaming and trending event, #JusticeForGolden, blew up faster than anyone expected. Suddenly, major influencers were sharing his music again. His voice was being heard on countless reels and TikToks. Gen Z, millennials, and even casual listeners were reminded why Jungkook is a global superstar. Then came the celebrity endorsements. A-list artists in the US began mentioning Jungkook's album in interviews. American producers expressed admiration for his ability to blend R&B, pop, EDM, and even soulful acoustic vibes, all in one cohesive project. The message was clear. This isn't just K-pop. This is art. And Jungkook? He didn't see it coming. Jungkook's reaction. Pure surprise in a short interview during a military break. Jungkook reportedly smiled when told about the album's trending status in the US. Really? I didn't know that, he said, blinking in disbelief. He thanked fans, but even his team revealed that there had been no major promotional activity in America during this resurgence. It was all organic, all fan-driven. The surprise in his voice was genuine. The idea that a song he recorded months, even years ago, with emotional vulnerability and quiet confidence, could suddenly find a new life, seemed to humble him even more. And this is where speculation starts to build. Will HYB now launch a second solo tour in America? With his music back in demand, fans are now asking the ultimate question. Will HYB respond by announcing a new solo concert tour for Jungkook in the United States? Industry insiders are buzzing. Some believe it's already in early planning stages. Others suggest that HYB is carefully watching the trend data before making any sudden moves. But here's what we do know. HYB is a business, and it recognizes when the timing is right. The US is hungry for Jungkook again. Venues in major cities are reportedly being quietly reviewed for availability. Ticketing agencies are bracing for another digital stampede. And merch designers are already sketching concepts, just in case. The truth is, a second solo tour in the US could be bigger than the first. And that's exactly what makes this moment so exciting and uncertain. What could happen if the concert is confirmed? Let's imagine for a second that HYB gives the green light. A press release drops. A mysterious teaser appears online. Maybe just a shadow of Jungkook walking through a city at night, his voice echoing behind a suspenseful instrumental. The words appear on the screen. Golden is calling again, or America, are you ready? The internet breaks. Tickets sell out in minutes. Fans fly in from across the country, and even from abroad. News outlets start covering the fan hysteria again. And once the concerts begin, Jungkook steps on stage not just as a former boy band member, but as a global soloist whose presence commands stadiums. Every song would carry more meaning now, because it's not just a performance. It's a comeback that wasn't manufactured, but born from the pure love of music and fans. It would be a reminder that art doesn't expire, and that sometimes the world needs a second chance to fully appreciate greatness. The unspoken pressure and possibilities, but with the hype comes pressure. Can Jungkook top his previous performances? Can he emotionally and physically handle another intense tour, especially after military duty? Will HYB be cautious or bold? And how will this affect the future of BTS as a group? These questions don't yet have answers. But what's clear is this: something big is brewing. And if it's anything like last time, or bigger, fans, critics, and even skeptics will be watching with wide eyes and open ears. Jungkook may have been surprised by the sudden resurgence of his solo album in America, but for millions of fans around the world, especially ARMYs, this comeback wasn't just unexpected. It was deliberate, planned, fueled by passion, and born from a belief that Jungkook's artistry deserved more. On X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, the movement didn't just begin, it exploded. The power of hashtags and fan unity, it started subtly. A few passionate fans began posting with the hashtag #StreamGolden, calling attention back to Jungkook's solo album. Some even said they felt like the world forgot too fast and wanted to remind people of what he had created. But it wasn't just a nostalgic replay session. Then came #JusticeForGolden, a fan-led campaign that hit the trending tab globally. The hashtag started trending on X in over 25 countries within 48 hours. Soon after, Spotify streaming numbers for Standing Next to You, 7, and Yes or No spiked. TikTok creators began using Jungkook's vocals for dance trends, emotional edits, and fashion transitions. Thousands of fan-made lyric videos resurfaced on YouTube. Some had millions of views within a week. It felt like a digital flash mob. One fan summed it up best in a tweet: "This isn't just streaming. This is a revival." Jungkook's voice deserves to be heard again. We're not letting the world sleep on him. Why now? The strategic timing behind the revival. Interestingly, this surge didn't happen randomly. Many fans pointed out the calculated timing during a moment when Jungkook was serving in the military and couldn't actively promote himself. That made the movement feel pure, not tied to marketing campaigns or commercial goals. In fact, that's precisely why it worked. The absence of Jungkook on stage or in interviews created a sense of longing. ARMYs wanted to hear his voice again. They missed his presence. And in that emotional space, they began to play his music over and over again. Some TikTok creators used his songs to show their missing Jungkook edits. Others explained how the lyrics had helped them through hard times, and now they wanted to return the favor. Fan theories and speculation. Is HYB watching? With all the noise online, the big question fans are asking is this: is HYB paying attention? The answer is likely yes. Even though HYB hasn't officially announced anything, fans have noticed subtle moves that seem to suggest the label is testing the waters. Several fans reported that playlists on Spotify and Apple Music had been quietly updated to include Jungkook's solo tracks more prominently. Official HYB social media pages have also reshared old clips of Jungkook performing, something they hadn't done in months. These moves, though small, could be part of a larger strategy. They're gauging interest. They want to see if this trend has legs before committing to anything big. One music journalist tweeted, "Some fans are even tracking HYB's business activity, like concert venue trademarks, tour bus reservations, and staff hirings in major US cities." While none of this is confirmed, it has added fuel to the excitement. How fans are preparing themselves. Just in case, meanwhile, ARMYs are doing what ARMYs do best, preparing for something before it even exists. International buzz. Not just the US though. This revival started trending in the US. Fans from other countries quickly joined in. Brazilian fans hosted streaming parties on YouTube Live. Filipino ARMYs organized Jungkook appreciation days with local radio stations. European fans posted multi-language lyric translations and mashups of his album in local styles: jazz, orchestral, lo-fi. The message was loud and clear. This wasn't just about Jungkook's music coming back. This was about the world coming together to lift it higher. How Jungkook's past words are inspiring the movement. Fans are also quoting past interviews and behind-the-scenes footage, where Jungkook spoke about feeling nervous as a soloist and not knowing if he could stand alone outside BTS. That vulnerability is now being used as a rallying cry. He doubted himself, one fan tweeted, "But we never did." What this means for the industry: music executives in the West are reportedly paying attention. 2. Streaming platforms, label scouts, and US tour producers have noted the data spike. Jungkook, already known as a digital chart king, now holds a powerful new title: the artist whose fans brought him back without any official push. If this trend continues, it could reshape how solo K-pop artists are managed, proving that organic, fan-led revivals are more powerful than traditional promotions. It may lead to a new model where the audience doesn't wait for the label to act, they act first. Conclusion: the fans have spoken, loud and clear. At the end of the day, whether HYB announces a second tour or not, one thing is undeniable. Armies have made their choice. They want Jungkook back on stage. They want his music to be heard, and they're willing to lead the charge, whether the industry follows or not. From hashtags to playlists, from flash mobs to fan edits, this chapter of Jungkook's career is no longer just in the hands of companies. It belongs to the fans. What is HYB planning behind the scenes? The company has remained officially silent. There have been no press releases, no teasers, no formal announcements of a new concert tour. But for those watching closely, fans, journalists, and industry insiders alike, that silence might say more than words ever could, because HYB's silence right now might actually be strategy. The calm before the very profitable storm. HYB is not new to global success. It's the same company that orchestrated BTS's global domination, launched multi-million-dollar tours, and transformed Korean pop into a worldwide phenomenon. Behind every concert, album release, and social media campaign, there is a well-oiled corporate machine that operates with precision. When Jungkook's solo album Golden began trending again in the US and HYB didn't immediately respond with new promotions, many believe it was part of a calculated move. According to marketing analysts, HYB may be allowing the organic wave of fan-driven promotion to reach its peak before they step in, a strategy designed to ensure the demand reaches undeniable levels. That way, when they finally act, the world will already be primed for IN business. This is known as demand validation. And right now, the demand for Jungkook is loud, emotional, and visible. Hidden clues from HYB's internal movements. Even without public statements, fans and analysts alike have started noticing strange and possibly revealing signs within HYB's ecosystem. Fans spotted job postings for concert logistics, sound engineering, and global tour operations, all based in HYB America. While these listings are generic and don't mention specific artists, the timing is suspiciously close to the recent spike in Jungkook's popularity. Some fans tracked business registrations and rental inquiries in US cities like Atlanta, Chicago, and San Francisco. These were reportedly made by HYB's US partners. While this kind of activity is common in the entertainment world, the alignment with Jungkook's online surge is fueling speculation. Official HYB and bigot music accounts have been eerily quiet about Jungkook, even as his name trends daily. But seasoned fans know, when HYB goes silent during a storm, it's often because they're preparing for something major behind closed doors. What a second solo tour could look like. If it happens, if HYB is, in fact, preparing a second solo tour for Jungkook in America, it will likely be much larger and more expansive than the first. Here's what industry watchers expect: stadium venues instead of arenas. Based on projected demand, cities like LA, New York, Dallas, and Chicago could shift from mid-sized venues to full-scale stadiums, similar to BTS's past shows. Global live streaming packages. With fans around the world unable to attend physically, a digital version of the show with exclusive behind-the-scenes content is almost guaranteed. Luxury tier merchandise and VIP packages. Expect premium ticket tiers, exclusive photo cards, and limited edition vinyl or art books, designed not just for fans, but for collectors. Collaborative stages. Rumors suggest potential guest appearances by Western artists who previously worked with Jungkook or admired his style, like Charlie Puth, Jack Harlow, or even the Kid Laroi. Why HYB might be waiting for military discharge. There's another layer to all this. Jungkook is currently serving in the military. While his exact leave periods are not public, he is not fully available for long-term global tours just yet. This may explain why HYB is holding back. They could be using this revival period to build demand without exhausting Jungkook and set up tour planning so that it's ready to launch the moment he's discharged. In fact, by the time Jungkook completes his service, the revived interest in Golden could become the foundation for a massive comeback moment, not just as a return, but as a cultural event. Investor interest and business implications. HYB is also a publicly traded company, which means everything it does is watched by investors. And lately, there's been rising discussion among Korean business analysts about Jungkook's impact on HYB's future revenue. His solo activities, albums, endorsements, streaming numbers are being used in projections for HYB's post-BTS military-era revenue. If this trend continues, investors may even push the company to prioritize solo tours, merchandise lines, and international appearances for Jungkook. Translation: there is serious money to be made, and HYB doesn't miss when it comes to business. Media silence, intentional or strategic. Many Korean entertainment outlets have also been surprisingly quiet about Jungkook's US resurgence. But fans think that may be part of HYB's larger PR strategy, by allowing the news to spread globally first, via international fans, US streaming platforms, and Western influencers. HYB may be building a reverse hype strategy, letting global momentum build, and then delivering the news to the Korean press once international demand reaches maximum levels. This keeps Jungkook's image not only fresh, but globally relevant. What could be announced soon, if at all, based on past HYB patterns? Here's what may happen next if the speculation turns out true. A teaser drop, a vague teaser video, likely around 15 to 30 seconds, posted simultaneously across all HYB and Bigot accounts. It may include cryptic visuals, a stage light, a silhouette, a lyric from Golden, accompanied by a single date or message like "coming soon." A press conference. HYB could organize a virtual press event to announce Jungkook's tour dates, with Q&A sessions, pre-sale information, and fan engagement strategies. Partnership deals. Major brands may re-enter sponsorship deals with Jungkook tied to the tour. Think fashion labels, streaming apps, tech companies, or even travel and airline packages. Conclusion: the world is watching. And so, is Highbite's true that nothing has been confirmed yet? No contracts revealed. No stages booked publicly. No official roadmap laid out. But one thing is undeniable. HYB is watching. Closely. Silently. Strategically. And if the patterns are right, the silence won't last much longer. The music is playing. The fans are waiting. The numbers are climbing. All that's left is the announcement.